help a lot of people that actually watch our Edvance modules to give them guidance, sort of like guides. You know, everyone needs a guide in life for various different things. I'm a firm believer on that. So on this topic, we're going to be talking about life cover. It just coincidentally works that you're getting married, and obviously you want to know a little bit more about how to structure a life cover. So let's start by saying, you know, as you know, I've been in this industry for a long time. I used to have a lot more hair when I started. This is what this industry does to you. But it's also a very good industry because you're helping people. You're helping people make decisions, and those decisions end up impacting their families, as obviously I've seen over the many years. So when we look at life cover, most people buy a life cover. Most people have a life policy. You know, they've got a house, they have a life policy. They get married, they normally have a life policy. Okay.
But why do they have that?
Okay. So if you look at people that are young, so let's look at people that are young and not married and don't have kids, they have a girlfriend, I always say to them, look, do you own a property? If you own a property and you have a bond, have some life cover to cover the bond. Yeah. Even if you've got a girlfriend, okay, have some money to cover the bond. So you take life cover to cover the bond, and obviously maybe some disability cover to cover the bond. Okay, because if you die and you're not married and you don't have kids, your parents can benefit, or your friends. You can give it to your friends, or the SPCA. Okay, so when we look at people that are married or having children and having a family, some of the things we've got to look at in the life policy is where are most of the claims. Okay, so in my 25 years in this industry, I haven't seen many people just drop dead. I think in 25 years I've seen 4 people die. From 3 of those were motorbike accidents, and the other client had a stroke, one of our friends. She was 52. She had a stroke and she passed away. Obviously, what I've seen a lot of is a lot more people getting cancer, a lot more people getting stents, you know, bypasses. Now, with today's advancements in medicine, most people that even get cancer stage 1, even as frightening as it is, will recover. Okay, and then maybe the cancer will come back sometime later. So when you get something like cancer or bypass or a stent, it can impact you financially, even though you're on a medical aid. Remember, the medical aid will only pay the hospital bills and the surgeons and the anesthetists. But if you have to take off 5 months of work recovering from cancer, for example, your expenses actually go up because your income comes down because you earn less from work because you're off for such a long time recovering. Your expenses are staying the same, but they're actually going up because you might need to take ongoing medication. Okay, and vitamins, powerful vitamins to combat, for example, chemotherapy and radiotherapy, and those cost a lot of money. So your average life policy, you're not dead, so you're not getting any money, right? So you're not dead.
Yeah.
Having cancer stage 1 or stage 2 or stage 3 or stents or bypasses, you're not disabled.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have disability cover, you don't get a payout either. So one of the most important things to have as part of the life cover package is your illness cover. Because I mean, you know today, I mean, we see 30-year-olds getting cancer, 25-year-olds getting cancer, 40-year-olds and up getting cancer. It's not now the 70-year-olds only.
Yeah.
And we see cancer has grown exponentially. I mean, you can just ask anybody, do you know someone that's had cancer? And they'll more than likely say yes. So in the life policy, it's important to have illness cover. Illness cover covers your cancer, your heart attacks, and your stents, because that's where the claims are, mostly. Okay. As they say, you know, when you die, you don't need money, you need grace. You can't buy that though. It's a gift, correct? So when you get ill, where most of the claims are on illness, you want to make sure that you get money. You know, besides the medical aid paying the bills, you want to get 100,000, 200, 500,000, a million rand paid to you, so that while you're recovering, you can recover without the headaches and the hassles of these extra medical bills or extra things that you need to have done.
Lee, just on that, how does that money get paid out? So let's say there's a severe illness claim, how does that get paid out?
Yeah. So on diagnosis of cancer or something like that, the illness cover is only paid out tax-free.
Okay.
And on cancer, it can be as quick as 72 hours, or as quick as you get the report from the specialist or the histology report which shows you've been diagnosed with cancer.
Is it a lump sum? Is it monthly recurring payments, or have you got an option to choose?
That's a lump sum.
Lump sum.
Absolutely. At least it's getting money for your trouble, as I say. I mean, thankful to Discovery. I mean, one of the things we can look at is that Discovery's book, life book, is a good indicator of where claims are and how people are getting cancer at a young age. I mean, when we look at the last quarter, from July, August to September of 2017, the average age of cancer claims was 51.
Still young.
Very young, you know. So people aren't dead. They're going to recover, you know, from cancer. I mean, even heart disease was 53. The average age of death in this quarter was interesting, 59. I mean, we live in a society where we see that these kind of conditions are happening more and more, and actually getting people more and more younger. And I think it's a combination of all the stress. People just say it's the food, but I think it's not just food. I don't think it's just the water you're drinking. I think it's a combination of stress, bad eating habits, you know, that cause all these things to happen. If you think that most claims come from illness cover, you want to make sure that you have the best illness cover in the country. And it's with Discovery, without a doubt. I mean, it's chalk and cheese actually. So that's what you should be having.
Okay.
You know, life, illness, and disability.
Now, how do we structure that in our family?
Okay, that's also a good question. So, like I said to you, if you my age, 20, no, no, you know, I'm in my 50s. So, but whether you're 30, 40, or 50, you know, you want to make sure that you look after yourself. So, looking after yourself means if you're a provider for your family, you want to make sure that if an illness hits you, that you get paid out a lump sum. Because if you're not looking after yourself, how can you look after your family?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're single, have a bit of life cover. It's always nice to have a little bit, but make sure you get illness cover and disability. Because the worst thing that can happen to you when you're single is not death. Okay, yes, your mother's gonna, you know, your parents are gonna miss you, maybe your girlfriend, but to be disabled or get an illness becomes a burden on your parents.
Yeah.
Financially, you know. So have a bit of illness and disability.
Okay.
You know, when you're young.
Yeah.
Even for you, you know, getting married hypothetically. I mean, the reality is, if you die tomorrow and you don't own any property, okay, I'm sorry to say your wife's going to marry someone else. You know, I mean, you are the best-looking guy in the world, but
Thanks, Steve.
you know, give it a couple of times, she'll marry someone else.
Yeah.
And even if she had a child, I mean, she's not going to just be a widow for the rest of her life, more than likely.
Yeah.
You know, so if you became disabled, however, tomorrow, or if you got cancer tomorrow, your wife's not going to leave you. You hope. Okay, she's going to have to stay with you and fight through this, and even if you're disabled. So make sure you have enough disability cover, more disability cover than you have life cover when you're young, and even when you're young and married, because you know you have to provide for that event more than if you died.
Yeah.
Because you know you don't have children, you don't own an apartment, you don't own a house. So for you, make sure you have disability cover and enough of that, and some illness cover.
Okay.
And make sure your wife has some illness cover. Because when we look at breast cancer, women in South Africa, like I said, it's 3 to 1. You know, it's becoming absolutely crazy. And I speak to people, you won't believe how many people know someone that has breast cancer or has had breast cancer.
Okay.
It's crazy. So you know, you have life, more disability, some illness cover, and for your wife, some illness cover and disability. I mean, you don't need life cover on your wife. I mean, you don't own a house, you haven't bought a property yet. You know, so if she dies, it is terrible, but you'll also find someone else to marry. If you own a property, however, or if you have debt together, then obviously it's good to have some cover, life cover.
Yes.
So that's it. I mean, it's really quite simple. What I'm really amazed with, when we've looked at a lot of government employees, is the complete lack of education that's been given to them by financial advisors. I mean, even yesterday, I was speaking to a financial person, and I won't talk about which province it was, but she was spending 800 Rand a month on a retirement annuity. Okay, and she asked me what I think about it. And I said to her, how old are you? And she said to me, no, I'm 43. And I said to her, 800 Rand a month on a retirement annuity, you're 43? I said to her, go and stop it tomorrow. It's a waste of money. She said, what do you mean? And I said to her, well, by the time you get to 55, and is when you can actually take the money out, you'll be lucky to get 500 Rand a month as a pension. 500 Rand a month is a pension. You can't even pay the electricity.
Exactly.
So why are you paying 800 Rand a month to be able to get 500 Rand a month as a pension?
Yeah.
Who's making money, you or the financial companies?
Definitely the financial companies.
Absolutely. You know, and she never even heard of illness cover. So how can you be spending money on something that's actually not going to give you anything at the end, and you don't even have illness cover in case you get breast cancer tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much we want to help government employees with, especially because I just feel that so little has been taught to them. It's like that. Let's go and sell them a million things, but actually not explain to them why or how it works and what you really need.
Because I also find that some of them are they've got too many policies on their names, and we know that a lot of the companies aggregate against each other, so they're paying for certain benefits which they're not going to get the full benefit of anyway.
No,
and,
100%.
Yeah, it's something we need to help them with. I think.
And also, I just want to say one more thing on this thing. I mean, life is life. I mean, you die, they pay you. Okay, that's pretty simple. You're dead, companies will pay you out. When you look at disability, however, I mean, I'm not knocking any companies. I'm not going to knock Old Mutual, for example. But I mean, they have 6 different types of disability cover. Okay, so you could be, as a government employee, you think, I've got life cover, I've got disability cover. You've never asked the question, what has to happen to me for that policy to pay out? I mean, some of the definitions that I've looked at, the person has to lose his right leg and left arm, or be blind in both eyes to get a disability payout, which is crazy. I mean, it's really crazy. So I think it's all these kind of things that people need a lot more teachings on. Just to have a look at what kind of disability you got. What kind of illness cover have you got?
Now, how can we do that to see what kind of disability we got on, and what's the process, what's the steps in that?
I mean, one of the things I think that we want to do at AG1, and that we can do now, is if clients want us to analyze their portfolio.
Is there a fee involved?
No, it's a free analysis.
Okay.
We'll analyze the portfolio for free and give them some suggestions on what we believe, or how we believe they should restructure their benefits.
Okay.
I mean, yesterday when I spoke to this lady in the Eastern Cape, I mean, she's going to stop her retirement annuity today because it doesn't make sense to pay 800 Rand to get 500 Rand a month when you retire.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So that's all the things we want to help government employees with. It's just really getting an understanding of how this should look.
Yeah.
And life cover and illness cover and disability cover are just the first part.